The Prime Minister came out this morning and addressed the country in his latest speech. Despite you turning on all pre-election promises, the Prime Minister has blamed everyone but himself after this disastrous start to life as leader of the country. As always, we will discuss what he has said whilst going over all the latest news. Do hit the like and subscribe button and join our fast-growing community. Keir Starmer has blamed the Tory party for riots across the UK after blasting Conservative Prime Ministers for embracing snake oil populism. The Prime Minister took aim at his Conservative rivals as Tory MPs mull over who should succeed Rishi Sunak as leader of the opposition. Speaking from Downing Street's Rose Garden, Starmer said, "These riots didn't happen in a vacuum. They exposed the state of our country, revealed a deeply unhealthy society, the cracks in our foundations laid bare, weakened by a decade of division and decline, infected by a spiral of populism that fed off cycles of failure of the last government." The Prime Minister, who is adopting the slogan, "Fixing the Foundations," added, "Every time they faced a difficult problem, they failed to be honest. They offered the snake oil of populism, which offered more failure, round and round and round, stuck in the rut of the politics of performance." More than 1,000 people were arrested after riots spread across England and Northern Ireland at the end of last month. Starmer clamped down on rioters by accelerating court proceedings and freeing up prison spaces, all whilst letting real criminals out of the door. The Prime Minister used his Rose Garden speech to claim Labour has done more in 7 weeks than the Tory party did in 7 years. However, unlike Tony Blair's 1997 victory, Starmer was forced to admit the situation will get worse before it gets better. "To be blunt," the Prime Minister said, "if we hadn't taken that difficult decision immediately, we wouldn't have been able to respond to the riots as we did. And if we don't take tough action across the board, we won't be able to fix the foundations of the country as we need." Starmer added, "This government won't always be perfect, but I promise this. You will be at the heart of our government and in the forefront of our minds, at the centre of everything we do. That's why I wanted to invite you here today, to show that the decent, hard-working people who make up the backbone of this country belong here and that this government is for you. A garden and a building that were once used for lockdown-breaking parties are now back in your service." Labour is facing criticism from pensioners after Chancellor Rachel Reeves looked to plug a £22 billion black hole in public sector finances by means-testing winter fuel payments. Starmer was also forced to clear up allegations of cronyism levied at No 10 since he replaced Sunak on July 5th. The Prime Minister said, "I'm not really going to take lectures from people that dragged our country so far down in the past few years." Shadow Chief Secretary to the Treasury Laura Trott responded to Starmer's address by warning voters about the threat Labour poses following its decision to dish out inflation-busting pay rises to public sector workers. She said, "The government are no longer promising to protect working people from their incoming tax raid because, just like pensioners, working families are next in line for Labour's tax hikes. After promising over 50 times in the election not to raise taxes on working people, Labour is now rolling the pitch to break even more promises. The Chancellor is entitled to raise taxes to pay for her expensive choices and above-inflation pay rises demanded by her union paymasters. But she should have had the courage to be honest from the start. This is a betrayal of people's trust, and we will hold them to account for their actions." So lies and more lies. Starmer has already screwed himself by U-turning on all his pre-election promises. We here at British Stand can see right through it. Following the speech, the former business secretary, who is seen as the frontrunner to replace Rishi Sunak as leader of the opposition, said, "Keir Starmer is taking the British public for fools, but his dishonest analysis won't wash. He campaigned on promises he couldn't deliver, and now he is being found out. At the election, Starmer and his energy secretary told us energy bills would go down under Labour. 6 weeks later, they are going up. To make matters worse, he is removing the winter fuel payment many pensioners rely on to pay those bills. Of course, we made some mistakes in government, but remarkably, Labour are doubling down on those mistakes, from immigration to net zero policy. Worse still, they are prioritising the demands of their trade union paymasters over investment in public services. The truth is, that Keir Starmer is managing voters' expectations for a decade of decline. A Conservative Party led by me will not let him get away with it. We will be ready to take on Labour with a renewed vision for a better country in 2030. The Prime Minister used his speech to confirm tough decisions were being made ahead of Rachel Reeves' autumn budget. He also took a swipe at Tories for embracing populism, blaming his rivals for the recent spate of violent disorder seen in England and Northern Ireland. In other news, Princess Kate played a crucial role in bringing Prince William and Queen Camilla together, after overcoming a lot in a complex relationship, it has been claimed. William and his stepmother, Camilla Parker Bowles, have come a long way, particularly after King Charles and Princess Kate announced they had both been diagnosed with cancer. A Parker Bowles family friend said William has now warmed up to the Queen following a turbulent relationship. Kate is said to have been part of William's change of heart, as the Princess of Wales was accepting of Camilla long before others in the royal family followed. A family friend of Camilla said William's relationship with the Queen consort flourished after Harry left the royal family in 2020. It brought them closer. William and Kate don't want any extra drama or tension in the family. They have enough of that with Meghan and Harry, the source told US Weekly. It was really Kate who warmed William to Camilla. She's never been dismissive of Camilla and always treated her with kindness. It is believed that the Prince and Princess of Wales appreciate how Camilla brings out the best in Charles. They both like the fact that Camilla's normal and makes Charles less stuffy, the Parker Bowles family friend said. Kate likes her because she brings a real-life relatability into the family. She's not all about the courtiers waiting on hand and foot. Camilla's real like Kate is. The source added that William likes how Camilla brings out Charles's human side. If his dad's happy, William's happy, the family friend said. Camilla and Charles get on so well and laugh all the time. Whenever you see them together, they're having fun and giggling. That's what William likes about Camilla. She warms his father up and brings out his human side. Camilla and Charles are said to have been spending more time together following his cancer diagnosis. She's been looking after him, the insider added. What are your thoughts on Keir Starmer and his speech today, and do you think this country will get better under his leadership? Let me know down in the comments. That brings us to the end of today's video. If you found it insightful, please hit the like and subscribe button for more. Thank you for the support recently. It's very motivating. Take care. Goodbye.